slowest. Maybe not just in athletics, but in every different aspect of life. As a student, as an employee, in relationships. It doesn't feel good when you're not at the top of your game. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guest. I was at this point once. And I can look at you, each one of you, in the eye and tell you, you know what? It really doesn't matter. As long as you're content with who you are, it's okay. You might nod your heads and agree. But stop. Look deep down inside yourself and ask, is that really what I want to be? Do I just want to be content? I wore the hand-me-downs of contentness. Freshman year in high school. First day. I was homeschooled up until 9th grade. Never been to a real school as a student before. And I was pumped. But I was also a year ahead, which meant I was a year younger than everyone. I went to school that first day. A 13-year-old, skinny, scrawny little kid with one two pockets bulging full of pep and 3 cowlicks in my hair. Well, I got home that night, and my neck was sore. Everybody was so tall, and looking at those whiteboards all day, but I wasn't going to let that get me down. No. I stood straight back up. Next day, went right on back. Same pep in my step. But I went home that night, and my shoulders hurt. Everybody was so big, and the workload, it was just so heavy. I remember the 3rd week of school, I went out to the parking lot at lunch to play football with some of the guys from my class. Now, as most parking lots are, there was no padding or softness to this parking lot. It was plain, hard asphalt. But I had a simple job. All I had to do was block for the quarterback. So that's not too hard, right? All I have to do is stand here and make sure that he doesn't get tackled. Well, shucks, I was ready for that. Down, set, hike. The one thing they didn't tell me was that hike meant, let's knock that little white kid on his... Well, after that, I started losing a little bit of the pep in my step, swagger in my style. I started walking around the halls as a little guy in school, not really being noticed, not really caring, just being content. And this went on for over a year, well into the next school year. But then, I discovered something. One day, I discovered a double, unlimited MasterCard of happiness. Now for me, this MasterCard was dancing. And I found out it didn't matter how much I abused it, how much I ran it up, how much I overused it. It just kept going. The first thing I did when I found this MasterCard, I went to the Happy Mall. And I bought back my swagger. I sold all my hand-me-downs of happiness. And I got the good stuff. I got the Dolce & Gabbana of happiness. I got the Adidas of happiness. And I was ready for anything. But a few weeks later, I realized something. The image I'd created for myself at my school wasn't one I liked. I didn't like being seen as a little kid. I'd lived with that for too long. So instead of wasting a whole year and trying to build up that reputation again, or even wasting 2 years being content, I got out of there. I changed schools. It was one of the best decisions of my life. I see some of my friends from my first school sometimes, and I always have to walk up to them for some reason. And at first I couldn't figure this out. Was it just because nobody liked me? But then I realized my neck wasn't hurting anymore. Now I was looking down. I was looking level with these people. And I'm not just talking about me getting taller. I'm talking about me being able to hold my head high, me being able to communicate, me being smart enough, not head down, pockets empty. I was ready. I look at each and every one of you, and I don't see people that want to be content. Each and every one of us has a credit card, an unlimited double platinum MasterCard of happiness, just like me. And some of you might not have found it yet, but I guarantee when you do, it will change your life. You all look like really great shoppers.